Alright, Daily Optician is back live, New York City, Vision Expo East, and we are visiting with Jason Kirk. And Jason, thank you so much for being on Daily Optician Live.
Thank you.
And what brings you to New York this weekend?
A little bit of work, a little bit of play. I love coming to New York, it's a great show, always a great time, and the American market is really, really important to us. Canadian market is growing and growing and growing, and we just spent 3 weeks in Canada, which has been fantastic. And then we're seeing people, more and more people visiting New York from all over the world. So yeah, great show.
Awesome. And do you typically stay in the same place in New York? What do you like to do in New York?
Well, I like to get out of the city. I like to get out of Manhattan after the show. I like just relax, because you're doing a full intense day at the show. It's really big. So I go off to stay down in Brooklyn and just get out a little bit, give myself a bit of space.
Great. And looks like we have a question from one of our viewers. How difficult is it to reveal for so long? Let's see, it might have came across wrong.
Does somebody know about my revealing?
And for those that don't know how you got into the business, what is the story of yourself and how you got into the industry?
Well, my grandfather was a famous optical manufacturer in England, and my dad was an optician, and I was not interested at all. And I was helping my dad clear out his practice, and I found all these beautiful frames that my grandfather had designed. There's a box of like 1950s, 1960s frames. I was like, Dad, what are you doing with these? He's like, if you like them, keep them. If you otherwise, just throw them out. And they were just gorgeous frames. So I glazed some of the original frames, started off selling those to fashion people, and the same week, by coincidence, I got made redundant in my job. I was working for L'Oreal at the time, and I just took my redundancy, made some old frames, and like 25 years later, here I am, still doing it.
Unbelievable. Oh, here it is. How difficult is it to travel for so long?
Revealing traveling. It's great fun. It's great. I really enjoy traveling. I really enjoy going out, meeting people, listening to people, seeing their stores, understanding what they need and what the business needs, what the industry needs. It's the only way to learn is to get out there and listen to people. So yeah, okay, I'm on the road for 3 or 4 weeks, but it's great. And one thing I've learned the longer I've been in this business is to spend time with people that I enjoy spending time with as well. So I'm in Canada for 3 weeks, but most of the evenings I'm spending time with people that I've been friends with or doing business with, or both, hopefully, for like 20 years. And that's great. That's brilliant. It's not difficult.
It's fantastic. And it looks like a couple more questions. What materials are you using for your new frames? Okay,
so we make all our frames out of acrylic. We're the only people that make frames out of acrylic. There are lots of reasons for that, but the main reason to use acrylic or wear acrylic is when you put it on, it's incredibly light. So you've got something that's really voluminous and thick, heavy looking. You put it on, it weighs nothing, so it's super comfortable. That's one thing. When you adjust it, it keeps its shape, so the customer doesn't keep coming back and saying, can you adjust this for me? And the third reason, and if I reach into my tray for this one, is you get an amazing range of colours.
Wow.
We can be very, very prescriptive about the colours that we make. So we can make different textures, different finishes, different colours. We're very, very precise in what we make. So you're looking at the Kaleidoscope collection.
Oh, it looks like Mickey Lorelli says, hi Jason.
Hello Mickey, where are you? Come on over, come and join me. We have 4 colours in here that have this second colour behind them. So you've got a frame that from the front, if I put this on, from the front what you've got is a brown frame, fairly simple, okay, and then you turn around and you get this turquoise, which is layered in different thicknesses across the frame. So when the sunlight hits it, the back colour really jumps out. And we have that also in a blue, where you've got an aqua behind it. Not sure these close-ups are very flattering. We've got a scarlet red that has a fluorescent pink and orange.
Wow.
Which again, when the sun hits it, is amazing. And we have this dusk, which is a mixture of grey and pink. And this is one, again, that you have to really wear to see the colours. And it just picks up on all the different colours. So according to the light, according to what you're wearing, the colours will all look different. And then we have a range of single colours that are relatively simple. but they're really unusual. They're colours that you don't really see anywhere else. And this was the first colour that we did. This is, we call it aqua, and it looks like glass. And that's one of the beauties of acrylic, is when you polish it, it comes up like glass. So you can see all the different facets on the frame. We were inspired by 1930s vases and all the different ways that the glass was cut. So that's why we started off with this colour. And they're great colours to wear. They're just really unexpected. You put them on people, put them on someone blonde, for example, that just looks amazing. You put them on someone really dark, it looks amazing.
And if it's okay, there's a couple more questions that come in. Your social media presence is strong. How do you go about that?
How do we go about our social media presence? Well, first of all, we think about it, we plan it. That's really, really important. We look around at what other people are doing, what they're talking about, what they're interested in about what we do. So we try and listen and absorb. Karen looks after our Instagram. I take no responsibility for that. She's done an amazing job on that.
And for people who don't know,
yes,
who is Karen?
Sorry, Karen Kirk, our creative director. Karen looks after our Instagram. I look after the Facebook pages and the Twitter. And we listen to people. It's about bouncing and sharing. It's not about just like throwing things at people. And it's a lot of fun. We get amazing feedback, and it's grown very, very quickly. So we have, I think, 6,000 people following us on Instagram, and it's really what's really amazing, because we've only been Kirk we've only been going for like 18 months or so. So 6,000 people is great. But what's cool is when you come to New York and people sit down and they go, yeah, we saw you on Instagram. We've been following you. We found you on Instagram. It's like, how does that happen? How does that work? So, as a result of that, we work it really, really hard. We try and show how you can look, and more importantly, how you can feel wearing a pair of glasses. So quite often you'll see me posting, how do you feel when you put your glasses on, with a picture of somebody and their face is just lit up. That's what we're trying to achieve.
Awesome. It's another question. It seems like opticians are responding well to this collection. How do you know this style would work so well?
Is that my mum that wrote that? Thank you, that's really nice. We've had a great response. How do we know? You never know. And whenever you launch something, it's always a risk and a challenge, and your heart's in your mouth until it actually happens and people like it. But it is very much reflective of the style that we've been designing for 20, 25 years. Doing it in a different way, doing it in a very updated, modern way, but with colour and with passion. And we have 2 different collections at the moment, if I can.
And a question that's sort of related, who designs the frames?
Ooh, Karen designs the frames. So we work on concepts together, we bring the concepts through together, and then Karen does all the design work from there. So we have the Vivarium collection, which was a collection we launched last year. So you can see, the idea is that the 2 collections, they look very different, they do very different things, but actually when you put them together, what you see is that there's a strand, a thread of design that goes through the 2. So when you have them next to each other, people can understand what we're about. I think people can understand what our design approach is, and feel something that runs through as a thread through the brands. So the original question was, how do we know it will be successful? We did, but we're very happy with the way that it's been responded to.
All right. And what's next for Jason Kirk? I know some people are wondering, are there upcoming trends? Are you focused on this line particularly?
Was that a question from anybody in particular, or was that?
No, it's a question that keeps coming up.
Okay, no, it's cool. It's cool. What's next for Kirk Kirk? Well, we have a brand new concept coming out at Silmo, so we always launch on new concepts. So there'll be a 3rd concept coming, which we're really excited about. It's something that
maybe hush secret.
Yeah, we can't tell you. We'd have to kill you. It's something that we've been working on for a long, long time, and it really embodies everything that we stand for in the way that we design frames. So something very cool coming out at Silmo. Kaleidoscope, which has been really, really well received, is being developed. New colours, new shapes, new ideas, new concepts within that. And Vivarium is getting a lot of love as well. So we're going to be developing Vivarium. So there's a lot going on. I can tell you about. Would you like an exclusive?
Oh yes, please.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody's listening from England. Anybody like type in there for England? We're going to start doing some consultancy work because we want the British market to really develop. The British independent market has taken way too long to happen. So we're actually starting a consultancy where we help independents with product selection, product discovery. We help them with their communication, all the things that are really difficult when you're sitting in a little country practice somewhere in the middle of Yorkshire. How do you go out and find, how do you know what your audience is going to be receptive to? How do you change your audience, all that kind of stuff. So we're bringing our experience and making that available to people because we want the British optical industry to make some serious steps forward.
And that was another question that keeps coming up. Do you have any insight special, not to get too into your new business, any insight recommendations for opticians in general for them to connect better to their customers, patients, clients? Is there anything that you're seeing, in any insight that might help them out with their day-to-day?
Yeah, social media. I mean, straight up, that's the easiest one. Product selection is hugely important. So think about what your competitors have and make sure you don't have it. Think about what's available cheaper online and make sure you don't have it. So make sure that you have a very distinct and clear identity. Translate that into social media and make sure you have a very clear and distinct voice. And if that's a different world to you, something that you can't really get your head around, get some people to join in and help, because social media people generally love helping, love getting involved. And your customers, that's the way they're buying, that's the way they're discovering right now. So finding out what's going on, keeping your finger on the pulse, reading Daily Optician, learning what's happening, and then getting that out and sharing that with your clients. You know, all those glasses enthusiasts out there, they don't really know where to look, and they're not looking. They're enthusiasts on lots of things. So they might be looking at a few things, but they want you to tell them, they want you to discover it for them. So come to the shows, find what's new, bring it back and share it with your people and the people that will become your people. Let them know what's going on.
What's the thing you love most about your job?
That's a great question. This is fun. I love the frames that we do. I love seeing people react positively to what we're doing. I love traveling, listening, meeting people. I mean, it's all great. I'm really lucky, you know. I've been able to have a career in something that I love doing, and with a great crowd of people. It's just such fun. And I should say as well that things like the Luxury Eyewear Forum, Louis, for example, people have brought people together. Louis done an amazing job. Thinking about you, Louis, we're sorry you're not here. He's done an amazing job bringing people together. And in the last 5 years, we've seen how the world has become more connected. And all the people that we meet on the forum and talk to in the various different places online, Facebook, Twitter, etc., we're all friends now. And that wasn't really possible before. And that's something very special about optics at the moment. It's a great community of people, creative, interesting, intelligent, and that's a huge community. It's a community that doesn't share enough yet, but it's learning to share, and I think that's really important. So yeah, if I had to pick one thing that I love, it would be that.
Well, Jason, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and hanging out with Daily Optician.
Thank you. It's been great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, one last thing. How can people get a hold of you?
Okay. I'm fairly easy to get a hold of. I don't hide very much. You can reach me at jason@kirkandkirk.com. That's the easiest. Or you can reach me through my Facebook page as well.
There you have it.